Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I'm starting about 6 minutes late, so sorry about that. Today we're going to keep on going with the image that we already have. So it's April's image, which is going to be very bright, and it's going to be, the subject is my time to shine, because that's the challenge that we're trying to confront and to face, okay? So what we're going to do today is, we already have this sketch, and last time we studied some art supplies. So what we're going to do today, what we're going to focus on, is just trying out colors. Okay, basically that's it. That's what we're going to do. So enjoy. Let's see. Okay, so this is basically the file that we had last time. So how do I go about adding colors? So let's just do it right away. Why not? Okay, so the good thing is we have the line art separated from the values, the sketch values. So let's just duplicate that, or yeah, we have to duplicate it. That's it. Let's make this into smart object, and this also into smart object, so we don't lose resolution. Oh, and we need to do this with both. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of thumbnails. Oh, I hope there's not much more there. Okay, there we go. It's just a piece of the sketch. Let's go ahead and erase that. So it's here. Okay. There we go. And let's do that a bunch of times, just so we have like, whoa, more colors to try out. I want to do 4, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and add another couple. See if they fit. I'm not sure. Actually, let's grab all of these, which are 9s. And let's merge them, whatever. And all the 15s, and let's merge them as well. Which is the values. Yep, okay. So now we're gonna add another line here. I think maybe 9 is gonna be the winning number. I'm thinking about proportions and about first looking good, and also like having a good fit for our format. Yeah, there we go. That's a good fit. Okay, so let's go about and start making some colors. So I'm thinking that with this one, I'm gonna do something with this kind of green, with a shiny part, and it becoming kind of a dark blue. So about this one, yeah, something like that. So let's try this. And let's what's going on? There we go. Okay. There we go. No. This one is supposed to be a blue. It's super saturated, both, but still. So let's mix it up. Something like that is kind of the color that I wanted. Hi, future Futurema? What's that? Futurema. Hi, Anne. How are you? I'm glad. I'm glad that still happens. So today we're gonna add colors, and I'm super excited about it. So let's just do that. So that's basically one color already. You know what? Let's try something a bit different. I'm gonna try making this this map. I don't know, how do you call it? As a gradient map. Yeah, that's how you call it. There we go. And what I want with this one is it to be inverted. So something of the sort. Whoa, what? There we go. And let's add this one just on top, a bit less saturated. There we go. Okay, so that's our first color. I really like it. Let's keep going. I'm just gonna try different gradient maps, see if they work. So there we go. So now the colors that I want from this one, maybe I'm thinking about having a pink, just because I've never really done anything that's super pink, and I think we're missing that. So let's make that the bright color. So it's super bright, super pink. Yeah, something like that. And the dark color could be maybe a purple, but a very dark purple. Yeah, something like that would work well. Okay, so let's just do this. No. And let's duplicate this, add it over here, and switch its tone to kind of fit our theme. Oh, that was nice. That's nice. But I like this better. No, I don't. So this is all trial and error, and it's probably going to be a bit boring, but yeah, that's the process, guys. So I want this to be a very bright area in the center, and all of the rest is going to be a bit toned down and darker. So we have like a good contrast, and also like the idea of my time to shine is good. Like the first read should be the person, and then secondary reads should be all of the things that are going around that person. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Yep. I'm thinking that maybe yellow is kind of the universal color for like glowiness and brightness. And if we keep it purple, I think it's also a good match. I don't have anything against that. Let's try to saturate this a bit more. Let's darken this a bit more, actually. So the good thing about this gradient map is you can have like a midpoint, and you can like modify that midpoint really easily. So that way we can have a higher contrast color scheme. So let's just duplicate this and put it over here. And yeah, that's almost the color. Let's see. Yeah, something of the sort is like super bright, right? Like it looks bright already. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna duplicate all these and kind of move them down. So these are all just gradient colors, okay? I'm just going through gradient colors and trying different color mixes and color explorations, okay? I like this one. Let's make a variation on this one. So what I want to do is I want to go a bit like a muted green. So, but in the middle, I want this color to be super saturated. So I want this color and that color. Yeah. Oof, I really, really like that. Okay, let's see if we can make this work a bit better. I got a new follower. Thank you. Thank you for following. That's super cool. Super good news. No kidding. I think you're the number 50, like my 50th follower, and that means that we can start like editing the channel and like adding different icons and stuff like that. So thank you so much for that. This means a lot. It's super cool. Oh, I like this so much. Thank you. That's such great news for today. Today was one of those really good days. I'm super happy. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that because I like that mix. I like the fact that this light is not like if we compare this color right here and this color out here, they're probably just as saturated and just as bright, or one of them is slightly brighter than the other. And I like that notion for this image. So I'm just gonna leave it like that because I really like that. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can do with this one. Let's try something different. Like, why doesn't anyone try orange with green? Let's go for that, see what happens. Oh, actually, we got something there. Brown? Brown with that red? Let's add a bit like an orangey color. Yeah. That's nice. Let's make this a bit warmer though. Not that much. And a bit more towards the red maybe? No, towards the yellow. Yeah, let's do it towards the yellow and a bit less saturated. No, too green. Okay, so this is just my variation process. It might be a bit confusing. I hope it's not that confusing for you guys. I had so much fun today. I'm super happy today. Plus, I don't know if you know this, guys, but yesterday I discovered my first white hair in my beard. So I'm super stoked about that. I love white hairs, and having white hair means just that I'm like a step closer to my dad and to Kenny Rogers. So I'm just super happy about that. I'm so stoked. Okay, yeah, let's just leave it like that. I'm not dying for this one, but it is an option. I mean, this is kind of the obvious option though. Let's leave it like that because it's super good. Okay, so one thing we haven't done with this one is adding the overlay. Let's try it out. So that works, but I'm guessing it needs a bit of a color variation. Okay, what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna leave the outer color, but the inner color, I'm just gonna delete it, like make it disappear. There we go. Yeah, because it was just like I wanted it to be. So let's grab this one and add it here. Yeah, that works wonders. Oh, I have my preview right in front of chat, so sorry. You had a great day too? That's super cool. What happened? Let us know. We're happy to see you happy. Oh, thank you. That's super nice of you. I am so happy right now. Okay, let's keep going. So I like this color. Let's add something of let's add some of the twist. Let's see what happens if we do this. This is just experimenting, by the way, so it's going to be super random, but let's add this. Okay. Oh, I like that so much. No, like super high contrast. Let's just keep that. And let's make this a bit brighter. The power of yellow, of wearing yellow t-shirt. Yeah, so you wore a yellow t-shirt and suddenly you're just like super happy. That's how it works. Okay, let's duplicate this. Am I duplicating it? Yeah, okay. And let's just use these same colors so we don't lose the exact combination that we already have working. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's the opposite of what we want. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's going, yeah. Something like that. That looks super bright. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. We need another one. Sometimes it happens, yeah. Well, not to me because I always wear black, but I bet it does. Like, color is a powerful thing, man. It is a powerful thing. I just don't like wearing colors for some reason. I think for me, they're a bit like a distraction. So I think that's why I don't wear them that much. But I totally get why people wear colors. Like, it's beautiful and super powerful, like you say. Okay, yeah, why not? Actually, you have to go a bit darker. Yeah, and this color, it doesn't work there, so let's just make it purple again. This one doesn't work either, so let's just make it red. Okay, that looks bright, but it also looks like a wrath, you know, like anger for some reason. So, yeah, there we go. So can you see better there? Yeah. Okay. I still like it though, but let's try to make this like yellowy. Let's see if that works. I'm kind of replicating the one that I already did, but yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I like that too. Okay, now I like it. Let's add a darker, like a muted color here. Where are you? There we go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add this color again as a contrasting color. Let's try that out. See if it works. Did I just do that? Okay, so let's take it down from this layer and leave it on that layer. Good. And let's set it on multiply. See how that works. Maybe it's a bit too saturated. Yeah, let's try desaturating just a little bit. Is it this? No, this actually works. Let's try desaturating this color a little bit, just a little bit. Or this one maybe. Maybe it's the supporting one. No, it's the main color. Okay, okay. But you can find a connection with the color and some stuff around you. This is cool too. Yeah, yeah, and I think it's like thinking about it, because I was just like, me quedo patinando. I don't know how to say that in English, but like I was still thinking about that, and I think it's kind of a distraction for when I see things. Does that make sense? Like, I remember when I used to wear color, like when I was really really little, I just I used to get really distracted by my own colors. Does that make sense? Like, I used to look at my own colors too much, so I couldn't actually see the other colors out there. And yeah, I think it's good for me to wear black just because I can see other colors. That's just me. Okay, let's try a green one, because I think we're not like going into that much green. Oh, that's something interesting there. Let's try the blue again. Are we just replicating what we just did? I think so. No, this is different. This is different. Okay. And it's a good opportunity to have like a ton of grays, like right in the bright zone, which is tough as hell, but we can try it out. Yeah. Okay, let's darken this a little bit. Yeah, okay, I like that. I see you. I see you right there. Let's try this one. Okay. So let's set. I don't know if we can do this, but let's try it out. Okay, so I'm gonna try a really like muted color, like saturated but also muted in the bright zone, and then make it darker in the middle, and then really bright on the external. Too crazy, maybe? Yeah, plus there's no bright area here. Let's just make this blue. What the hell? There we go. And let's recover this, and also let's recover a little bit of this. Would that work as a composition? I'm not sure. I don't think it does. Yeah, no. Okay, it was a good test though. This looks super crazy. I like it. For some reason, I really, really like it. So let's desaturate it and slowly saturate whatever comes next. That's a super bright image. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure about this, so let's try to change this value into something blue, yellow, green, red. There was something around there that I really liked. Okay. Let's try to change this color because I think we're tilting towards that color a bit too much. Okay. I actually like that one. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Okay. 7, and we're missing 8 and 9, right? Yep, okay. So let's just do this on this one. You like it? It's going pretty chill. I really like the colors that we're ending up with. Let's grab one of these and make it into... is that the color? Wow, okay. No, actually, let's do this. So I'm just thinking of variations that we can have and kind of enjoying the process. So I'm just gonna let this on multiply. And let's make the radius a bit larger. So like this. There we go. Don't forget. I like this so much now. Oh my god. Color dodge too much? Yeah, let's try color dodge, and let's try not applying it into the dark zone. So let's ignore the darker areas in the image below. Something like that, yeah. Okay. We have some very different color schemes right here, so if we add the line art, this is how it looks. So the thing is, we can add some color to the line art and see how that works as well. The good thing about that is we can have different interactions. So let's just focus on this one for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this color from this one and add it into the lines of the main character, for example. Okay, something like that. Actually, you can just make a gradient. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that looks nice. I really like it. It's super cool. Bra, perro, bra! Yeah, exactly. That's the spirit we need. Okay, so let's check it out. No, no, chill out, control. That doesn't look half bad, but it's linear. Why? Okay, so that way we have kind of a controlling light. I'm thinking this is too bright for this one, so let's just make it a bit darker. Like that color, yeah. Oh, I messed up. There we go. Oh, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, guys. There we go. Yeah, this is nice. I want to add some, like, recover some of those colors that we were working on, like, at the beginning. See how that works. Just checking it out. Yeah, I like that. I like that so much. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do this one now. So with this one, I'm thinking that maybe like some very saturated color like this one could work for the whole lines. Yeah, that's done. I'm done with that one. That's exactly what I wanted. And let's try like an orange with this one. See what happens. Just to see whatever happens. That's super shiny. I love it, but let's try to make it a bit towards the red. There we go. And yeah, let's just add this with a bit of a brighter color. Yeah, that's super shiny. Love it. Next one. Okay, so with this one, what can we try? Oh, I haven't selected it, so it's kind of tough. There we go. Okay, so we have that option, clearly. Let's try something different. Let's see what happens if I do this. I really like it. I'm just liking everything that I'm doing right now. That's kind of dangerous because maybe it's not as visually appealing. But dude, I mean, yeah, if it works. I'm just loving this. It's so dangerous. Like a fire in a nursing home. Okay. Too much? Yeah, too much. Okay, let's tone it down a little bit. Let's just chill for a while. Yeah, okay. Let's try this and make it into this color. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's better for me. Let's see, because I also lost some lines here, so let's make it this color, but a bit darker. See if that kind of controls it. Oh, I haven't selected this, so no wonder it's not working. Does that work? Maybe a bit darker, just a tad. Yeah, good. No, let's make it blue. Cyan, maybe? Super cyan. There we go. Yeah, okay, I like that. Let's keep going. Let's do this one now. Okay, so that doesn't, I don't like that. Let's see, what can we do with this one? Let's try this color, put a bit saturated and darker. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's keep going. Let's add a bit of this darker color right to the edges. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Okay. Let's see if that like way of thought actually works for everything. Because if it does, then we'll just do that. Not half bad. I don't hate it. Let's try to make this color. Oh, I haven't selected this. Let's select it. There we go. Yeah. Bit darker, maybe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You love them all? I love them all too. Okay, I'm just gonna put this navigator here so you can see all of them. Like this is what I'm looking at when I'm looking like up there. I'm looking at the navigator, which is this. So it's a very helpful tool to kind of see your whole picture simultaneously. Let's see if I can put it like right next to my camera. Yeah, something like that. Does that work? Would that be good? Yeah, I hope. Okay. Let's see if I do like a counter lighting here, like it's bright from outside as well. Oh, I'm so lost now. Like, where's my navigator? But yeah, there you have them. Yeah, it's not half bad. Okay, let's see what we can do with this one. With this one, we have such a soft lighting. I'm just guessing that it's gonna keeping the same colors would work wonders. Let's see. Actually, let's try to make this a bit brighter and a bit towards the yellow. Where's my navigator? Oh, there. I'm super lost. Huh. Okay, I like that color, but I don't like the black color that we have going on. So let's just switch it all to this blue and add this main color like right in the center. Would that work? Let's try to use this blue, but kind of in a lighter fashion. Let's say this. Oh, it's super electric. Like that interaction is super electric. Not as electric. Let's try something weird. Let's try super saturating it. I really like that. It makes no sense chromatically, but I really like that. Let's just keep it like that. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not dying for this one. I don't know if I did anything to this one. But... Okay, let's try something again. Let's try super saturating this with cyan, whatever. Oh, that looks so pretty. It would be super hard to pull off. My God, is this too much of a challenge for me? Okay, so let's say we have that, and we just add this color to this part. Eesh. Oh, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I think we found something. Did we? Let's just see. Let's just make this like a saturated yellow, orange, I'm sorry. Eesh, no, okay, let's try it with the blue. So this is all trial and error, guys, so I'm sorry if it's boring for you guys. But I'm just trying different things and see what kind of convinces me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm super happy with most of them. There are a ton of challenges here, and Yeah, I wouldn't know what to go for right now. I'm guessing like not this one, even though it's kind of the pinkish one. Let's try something else to boost it a little bit, like to give it a leg up. Because it's not fair, like we already worked on some of those. Yes! That's exactly what this one needed. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, okay. Oh. Okay, so this is super scary for me, basically, because I'm designing these awesome colors, but I'm not sure how to attack them, like, in reality. Like, if I start actually illustrating this, I have no idea how I would apply them to the actual image. So this is scary, but I like it. So let's check out this layer, just this layer. It's so pretty. Let's see what happens if we just invert all of these. Did any one of those get better? Ooh. I see something interesting here. Okay, let's try this, just because I saw something that's pretty cool. These are the colors that we had before. And I'm just gonna add this darker green into this one. Huh, no, let's just super saturate it and like get this. Too much? Yeah, too much. Okay, let's leave it as it was. Or no. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Okay. So, we have a ton of options. And just out of curiosity, which ones do you guys like the most right now? So it's in order, okay? So I'm just gonna do this in white so it doesn't mess up with our color viewing capabilities. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Which one do you like the most? I'm gonna get some water because I'm freakishly thirsty right now. So bear in mind that the subject is my time to shine, okay? That's the subject that we need to cover and address, okay? I think I already picked mine though. I don't know. Bounty, woo! Number 7? Yeah, I'm thinking about 7 as well. I think it's the strongest one. Because it's like super bright and weird. Like I think I must have seen some image with this kind of coloration, but I can't really like pinpoint it and say like, "Ooh, I've seen a ton of images this way." I haven't, so I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's check out the votes. Even though they're not going to mean anything, this is just out of curiosity, okay? Because I think we already chose. But so Angie says number 3. Okay, let's go with white. Number 3, number 8, and number 9. Number 9 is also pretty cool. The thing is, I really like most of them. Okay, the ones I don't like. I don't like the first one, just because it's a bit too dull for the subject. You know, if the subject is my time to shine, I don't think that one fits, or this one. Like, I don't think they're shiny enough. Does that make sense? Number 2 could be a solution. It's kind of a more chill palette, but it could still work. It could still be right there. Number 6 is just full on bright, and I really like it. Number 9 is just weird, so like that contrast with the blue is super strong. I super dig that. And number 8, I don't. Yeah, I like the read, but I think it's too much. Yeah, too much for me. If I were to choose, like, I would go with number 9 or number 7. So that's kind of my second vote right there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with number 7, just because it's super weird. Yeah, okay. So let's just make these layers a bit better. Just so you guys, when you download them from ArtStation or Gumroad or whatever, you can get like an organized organized PSD. Okay, so this is line color. This one is sketch. And these are these all on the same one? Oh no, they're super different. Damn it. Okay, so let's just group them all and make them all overlays. And these are all what? No. Gradient maps. 6, 7, and 9. Okay, let's check those out. This is base values, and I don't know what these are actually. Oh, these are from the previous one. Okay, so let's just delete those because we don't need them right now. These are the gradient maps. These are the overlays, and these are the sketch. These are the color sketches. Lovely. This is such a cool one. Oh, these are also votes from the previous one. Yep. And yeah, that's the title. Let's just keep that. Okay, so 6, 7, and 9. Let's see what that does. So 6, 7, and 9. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking that 9 is also pretty good. Although I did vote twice for both of them, so I think 7 is still winning. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 7. I think that's just it. The good thing about this process is that I can actually follow the same coloring process for the final image. I'm thinking about that. I'm not sure if that's how I'm gonna do it, but let's just square this one just because it won. Number 7, woo! Woo! Give it up for number 7, woo! There we go. So, okay, let's see how that looks like in a larger scale. Let's see if we can replicate it, actually. Let's try that first. How can I do this? I think I'm gonna need to open like an older file, so hang on, just give me a sec. Because I destroyed this. I made them into smart objects and then I just merged them all, so my fault. So this was April 5th, yeah. Yep, there we go. So let's just do this and put these into this one. What? Oh, okay. I understand what just happened. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's do this, the votes. The votes on title, let's just make them red. And this lineart still has this, which we don't need, so let's just remove that. And let's do the same with the values and stuff. Okay. Okay, I just hope that's the one. Yeah, approximately. Good. So, let's see the gradient maps, and which one was the one that was applied to 7? It was this one. So let's just apply it to this one. And let's make this all white. There we go. So that's the base. And And let's see which overlays we applied to number 7. So it was this one. And this one is in multiply and 64% of opacity. So let's do this. 64% opacity, it's the same. Oh no, but that's not for the line art, that's for just the base. Right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And let's see the line color, which is normal. Let's just make these visible for a while. And let's duplicate this. And let's do this to the lines. Yeah. Oh, I really like it. I'm so scared of this image right now. Just because it's so weird. I've never done an image like this, and it's way more towards illustration, I'm thinking, than towards concept art, which is good. Like, it's, I want to do that. I want to experiment with that a lot. So let's just make it full. Okay, goody. Okay. I'm a bit scared, so I'm just gonna start sketching these like the interaction between colors, because these lines are super bright. So yeah, I'm just gonna start sketching something like real quick, just for a few minutes. See how that would work, because maybe there's something that shines here, and I just want to see how this looks. See if it actually works or it breaks. Are you guys happy with the selection, like with it being 7? Because I know it was the majority, but still, like, I would like to know. Oh, there's fish as well in this image. Jesus Christ. Okay. There's going to be so many things here. Let's just try them out. Okay. It's a fun color combination. It's super weird, right? Like, I'm a bit baffled by it. But it's cool. I'm super happy with this for some reason. It's so weird. Would this work as well? I'm not entirely sure how this would work, but I'm just sketching just to get that out of my mind. Does that make sense? Like to put it on paper, see if it's viable or not, because I wouldn't know how to go about doing this image. Let's ignore lines for a bit. So that's like our base value, and I think it works. It's really vibrant, yeah. It's so scary just because of that, because I'm not super good at making vibrant images, so I'm a bit scared of that. I'm gonna try and do something as well over here, because this is supposed to be like the sky. It's such a complex image. I'm just gonna try to make this a bit clearer. Yeah, something like that, but let's just make this darker. it lost a lot of its shine. Okay, so things I'm thinking about doing now. I'm thinking about like not making it the sky or the earth. I'm not sure if that's going to be even visible, but I'm just thinking about removing that part of the sketch. Let's see if this does something for the image or not. Okay, now let's do this in a different layer. No, too late. Let's do this in a different layer. So I'm thinking that it's important to have like a distinction between the background and the foreground. Like if these two images, if these two layers get too muddled, then there's not going to be a sense of distance between them. But I still want some of that light to affect the bottom light, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm just going to erase this a little bit so it's darker. Yeah, it should be kept dark. So I'm thinking that one of the main things that we're going to be having to be careful with, it's not just this image, it's like every image, it's value. So value is going to be very delicate in this image, just because we're going to have two different layers of readability. So that way we can have like, yeah, value. That's going to be the key, as it usually is, but you know what I mean. Okay, so let's just do this, just to frame it and stop having that noise all around it. And also let's eliminate that with, let's do another one. That's something that I really like about Photoshop, is that you can kind of color pick the background for some reason. I think it's pretty neat, although it's not exactly the same color, which is weird, but still. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I think that we have our sketch for today, our color scheme at least, which is going to be complex as hell, but I love it. I'm super scared. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm super scared of this image. Hey, what's up, cat? How have you been? You're just arriving and I was just closing, so thank you. So, yeah, this is like the scheme that we had for today. I'm super scared of this image because it's very complex. It's so many different colors. But I like the fact that the background is a bit of a high contrast, which is something that I really like. And also the fact that it's super like high intensity colors, and I'm not really good at those, and I'm trying to get better. Also, the different elements, like the art supplies that are flying towards the sketchbook, they have to be in a different layer entirely, and that's mainly going to be just value control, and that's something that I'm not really good at either, so I'm really scared about this. But I guess, hey guys, like it's time just to face it, you know, and try to achieve tough things, because if we don't, then we're just letting ourselves be moved by the universe, and we're not moving the universe at all. So yeah, let's try difficult things. And if you want to try like a difficult illustration with me, you're very welcome to do it. I'm super stoked about this. So yeah, this is it. I'm just gonna show Kat because she just got here. I'm just gonna show a bit of what we did today. So, and also for you guys who got here a bit later on, okay? So basically this is the sketch that we had at the beginning. So this is the one that we did last Monday, okay? And that was just a value sketch, and we also kind of decided which way to go, like which of our ideas we were going with. And this is basically a person who is very enthralled by his own sketching. So it's this person that's like completely consumed by the drawing. Does that make sense? So that's kind of the pose that I'm trying to make. And this is all for a contest, and the subject of this contest is my time to shine. So I'm thinking that this person is probably going to be like a self-portrait of some sort. I'm not sure, but I'll try it, see how it goes. And we have all of these elements flying towards the sketchbook. And these elements are all going to be art supplies. So there's a paintbrush, there's pencils, there's erasers, there's like a stylus, there's a spoon for some reason, and there's a ton of fish as well, like flying towards the sketchbook. Okay, why fish? Because they're awesome and they're super tough to draw. So let's make this harder. Basically, so what we did is we copied that like 9 times, and we did some gradient maps. So these are the gradient maps that we applied. So let me just show you that without the sketch. So these are the gradient maps that we applied, and there are different colors that we wanted to check out. And we did some overlays to those just to kind of make the idea of this shine a bit clearer. Does that make sense? Like to, yeah. So the light kind of invades the shadow just a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of the whole idea. Because if we just did the gradient maps over the values, then they're not gonna mix. They're not gonna like shine over each other. So that's why we did the overlays. And this was the sketch, which is just black, and we did some colors to that line. And that's how we got all of these crazy colors. And they're super cool in my opinion. Like, I'm super happy with these colors. And I would have been happy to go with this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. There's just these 2 that I didn't really like. So we voted, and these are the 2 that I didn't really like. And all others I was happy to work with, but the one I liked the most, and apparently so did you guys, was number 7. So that's the one that we're going for. And as an exercise, I tried to replicate this process on a bigger version of it. Okay, so this is the background, this is the value scheme, and this is our selected gradient map. This is our overlay. Let's just call it now. Let's name these layers. Overj. Yeah, overj. Overlay. There we go. Gradient map. That's self-explanatory. And we also did the colors of the lines. So this is as far as we had. And then just to see if I could kind of interact with the image, I sketched a bit over it and did this just to see if I could kind of get into it. Does that make sense? Because I was so scared of the image that I kind of needed to get used to it, or prepared for our next session. Our next session is probably going to be line art cleanup, and that's going to take a ton of time because this is such a complex image. So I'm thinking next session is going to probably be the main character. That's going to be the line art cleanup that we're going to do next time. And if we have any time, which I don't think we're going to have, it's going to be starting with the whole elements that are raining down. Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically what we did today. Okay, so thank you for thank you for being here. And thank you for joining my stream. This means a lot, and I'm super happy to have such wonderful artists come and see my stream. I'm really honored about that. So thank you guys. And if you want to follow me on Patreon or whatever, or in any, like on Instagram or whatever, I'm just gonna keep on posting twice a week probably. And yeah, I'll just keep you updated. If you want to join me while we finish this image, this is going to be our whole month's work, okay? So this is April's image, and we're going to be working on it every Monday. But on Wednesdays, what we do in our stream is study. So we study things that we need in order to finish our monthly image, essentially. So yeah, join us on Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. And I'll see you next time. Okay, guys? Thank you for being here. Bye. Bye. Shadow.